We're over here in the little sports field portion of Camelot Park. You can see the mountains. It's gorgeous mountains. And the hotel there, La Quinta. I'm surprised that's what that still is, because we had one over in Clearfield and now it's a excuse me. It's something completely different.
Hi, my name's Aiden Starfang, and whenever I film at any parks, my main goal is to capture the overall quality of the park itself, starting with durability, accessibility, convenience, and most importantly, fun.
Okay. Trees. I actually came through here and I filmed a couple months ago. It was at nighttime, so I was like, I was talking to Grok and I was trying to look up haunted, scary things because it was just after October, Halloween. And I pointed out how there's these rocks here and it's probably to prevent people from driving up onto the field. And I was like, well, if there's ghost things here, I want to film it and catch something creepy, which it was raining off and on. It was wet, kind of cold. I mean, I kind of sort of had fun. It wasn't really scary at all. There's nothing scary. I might add it after this park audit is done. But I'm just letting you know, if there's any ghosts here, they do not show themselves. And then there's nothing remotely haunted about the park. It looks like they tore up this tree and filled it in with sod. And there's quite a few trees out here. Noticing when I first come through here, I noticed this at night last year and then during the day now. There's lots of trees, but it doesn't take away from the ability to play football with a friend or soccer or whatever. You can still very easily engage in all types of sports activity with nature, which I think is the best thing to do instead of fight nature and tear everything out. I wonder if this was torn out recently. Because I do remember there were some trees that were kind of spooky, dead looking. And one of the things I like to do since I started this series is I like to examine the trees for signs of like toxin drilling, because people will try to kill the trees or whatever. Sometimes you'll see a cluster of holes in them, and that's not from woodpeckers and it's not from bugs. It's from people stabbing the trees with the needle and injecting poison into it, which effectively kills it. So I like to film the trees when I go out too, to see that they're being taken care of. Looks like there's a smaller tree stuck in its armpit. A baby tree. There's someone's discarded bag. I'm noticing there is some trash. I've noticed a bit of refuse on the way here. That's not really a good look. And yeah. So they definitely need a better trash can system. Dispensable trash cans, layered out or deployed or whatever. There's this tree. Looks like it's budding for springtime. It's got different types of little growths on it. I don't call them berries. I don't know what the hell those are. There's some trash tucked in. That really disappoints me. See, at least these trees are taken care of for the most part. There's no parasitic or toxin drilling. I don't see any holes in them. But when people go and they do that, they'll stab it multiple times. And you can see it looks like it's been shot with a nail gun or a machine gun or something. Now, they don't have sand. They have sod, or whatever this stuff is called. And it's better than rocks, I think, but it still has a tendency to pick up inside your shoes and build up and cause problems. This is interesting. This is a Little Tykes playset. This was actually built by the Little Tykes company. If you remember Little Tykes, they built all sorts of play toys for kids, for usually toddlers and a little bit older, like the little driving cars and the little picnic area, little picnic tables down here. Kids to learn their ancient Greek and Chinese math. I mean, I'm already impressed with how spacious this is. I had zero problems ascending these steps. The slide here, which I'm not going to demonstrate. Of course, it's got bird poop on it. And the little X's and O's matching game here. The other slide here. Down this way. More bird poop. And there's a third slide down here. This one looks safe and spacious. Let's see. Yeah, it's safe. This little area here. Oh, I got shocked. Oof. See, the way these look makes it look like you could pull these out, but you can't. I don't trust that. I'm not going to climb up onto that. This is just a little smaller area. I would say it was for smaller kids. Because, is this also by Little Tykes? It is not. It's a little captain's wheel, a smaller slide here. Down here. This is like a weird monkey bar spider steps thing. This is a great park. This is a nice little park. And you're actually lucky because I actually demonstrated that slide. So if you have any husky kids that have to wear adult sizes, that they can fit. They can absolutely fit. Okay, now I'm going to focus on the walking trail here. They do have a dedicated walking trail, which is nice for people with mobility issues, for people who are otherwise just not able-bodied. They do have one whole dog poo receptacle. There's some more trash over this way. In fact, aside from that, I haven't seen any trash receptacles here. There's also more wide open space over there to play football, soccer, whatever with your friends. And this is just a small little walking trail. Okay, this park, we're going to talk about, we're going to do an assessment. First, I'm going to talk about all this wide open space. I love this dedicated walking track. What I don't love is that there's no place to sit. There's no benches. There'd be a perfect spot for a bench over there. Right along here. Like, all around this area should have benches. I remember saying this in my night audit of the place. It wasn't really an audit. It was just me trying to communicate with ghosts that don't exist. Another thing, I don't see any trash receptacles here. There's the one dog poop thing, and that's it. That's unacceptable. So, for cleanliness, it gets... This is one of the dirtiest parks so far, so probably cleanliness gets a C minus because it could be dirty. You know, I'll give it a C. It's not as dirty as it could be. It gets a C. There definitely needs to be more trash receptacles. I can understand they go, oh, there's no equipment over that way, but people still use it. There's no reason why there shouldn't be any trash receptacles out here. There should be one here. There should be one dotting every corner. There should have a trash can and benches. That's another thing, accessibility. This is great for people with mobility issues who can't play on these things. What are they going to do when they tire themselves out? Put a bench here. Put a bench over there so they can sit and they can watch their kids play without saying, oh, well, granddad's tired, we got to go now. And cutting the play trip short. Accessibility, I'm giving it a B. There's no reason why there shouldn't be any benches here. This is nice. If they didn't have this, it would probably get a C- or a C+ instead of a B. Safety, durability, safety, everything is new-ish. It's made out of material that's going to weather the storm. That little tykes is really impressive. So safety, durability gets an A. Fun, that immediately fun gets an A. There's so much to do here. There's literally, if you're not a kid, there's sports stuff you could do. Bring your own balls. If you're a kid, there's stuff for you to do here. Location is where it gets a little iffy. It's literally located off the freeway. There's no way to get there unless you're like, what reason when you have to be down in the street anyway? It's great for the families that are here if they're using it, but it's kind of tucked away like this little nook. So location will get a B, and I think I said that accessibility gets a B, also fun gets an A, cleanliness gets a C, durability I think gets an A. So the final score is going to be about a B+, I think, for this park. Camelot Park here in Layton. It's a fun little park nestled away in a quiet nook of Layton. So thank you everyone for watching. I hate to sound like a broken record, but please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more of my park audits, because especially if you're here in Clearfield, Utah, your tax dollars, regardless if you go to the parks, if you're paying taxes, your tax dollars are going to the Parrot Tax Fund, which funds all these things, all these amenities. So it's important that you know where your tax dollars are going to. So until then, I'll see you in the next one. So thank you everyone for watching. I hate to sound like a broken record, but please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more of my park audits, because especially if you're here in Clearfield, Utah, your tax dollars, regardless if you go to the parks, if you're paying taxes, your tax dollars are going to the Parrot Tax Fund, which funds all these things, all these amenities. So it's important that you know where your tax dollars are going to. So until then, I'll see you in the next one.